Hello guys, welcome to Web World Tech. In this video, we are going to talk about Node.js. This video is specifically targeted to the beginners who want to dive into the world of Node.js and start writing different kind of applications, web applications, and different sort of applications under the umbrella of Node.js. So let's dive into the topic and let's see Node.js Lesson 1 Basics. What is Node.js? Node.js is a JavaScript runtime built on top of Chrome V8 engine. It was developed by Randall in 2009. We are going to talk in depth about Chrome's V8 engine and what is it. So let's not worry about at this point of time. Node.js is open source. You can use it on different operating systems. Download it, use it. So it is supported on Mac, Linux, and Windows also. The latest version of Node.js is LTS is 12.18.3. LTS basically stands for long-term support. So you can get all the details on the site which is mentioned on the screen in the point number 5. You can download it based on your operating system, 32-bit, 64-bit, all the different options are mentioned here. You can go ahead and download and install in your system. Before diving into Node.js, let's take a step back and understand a bit about JavaScript. So JavaScript basically came out in the year 1995, and at that point of time it was just a scripting language which runs on the browser. It was a purely a client-side language where you can write code and make your web page more interactive and more dynamic in behavior. So all this sort of stuffs, it was very powerful. It was actually giving you the facility to manipulate DOM, do anything related to the CSS, and do all the play around everything related to your browser. So it was a purely a client-side language. The very key point which I want to reiterate and highlight here is it was a client-side language only at that point of time, but the things have changed now. How it has changed, that we'll see in the subsequent discussions. The next question which might come into your mind, that all the programming languages what we have seen till now, you can consider in server-side language also, maybe Java or .NET or anything like that. So everything runs on some base. There is a runtime associated to it. So if we talk about .NET, .NET is something which has CLR internally, on top of which it runs. Java has JRE. Similar way, you might think that JavaScript also should run on top of something. Obviously, it is something. It's a programming language. It has to be. It has to be converted into the native machine language, something which the system can understand, the browser can understand. So who is doing this part? So basically, this is done by the JavaScript engine, the browser engine. Okay, now we have encountered one more word, that is browser engine. So the question comes that whether all this all there are a lot of flavors of browsers we have, Chrome, Mozilla, Safari, Internet Explorer. There are a lot of them. So do you think that we have a common engine which will do this conversion of JavaScript code which you write into the native version of it so that browser can understand it? The answer to that is no. It's not a single JavaScript engine is there already. So basically, it's not a single engine. It is there. Every browser has its own set of stuffs that we'll see in the next slide. So yeah. So this is the one which we are talking about. So Chrome has V8, Mozilla has SpiderMonkey, Safari has JavaScript Core, Internet Explorer has Chakra. So there is a huge list about it. If you check online on internet, you'll get a good list of browsers, UC browser and all those stuffs, which have their own specific engine which does this work. So now you have got a pretty much fair amount of idea that how this JavaScript code gets converted into machine code and then browser understands this. Now, so till now, we have seen that it is a JavaScript was a client-side language completely. So well, it was good. Everything was being done properly, and it It was giving a good amount of dynamic behavior and interacting with the user interactions or user actions, what you can say. As you might would have seen by now that Chrome's V8 engine is the most famous one, and it's a very powerful one. So JavaScript community is very large. So after some time, the V8 engine started getting more popularity. It was a very powerful tool, and Google started investing, and they thought like whether the JavaScript can be executed, uh, can run on the server side also. Till now, that was a complete no. JavaScript was intended only to work on the client side. Now a group of people, they started thinking about it, and a project, you can say, started inside Google, and they thought of transferring it to see the capabilities of JavaScript on the server side. And that's when the birth of Node.js came into picture. So they use this JavaScript V8 engine, this Chrome's V8 engine, and build something runtime, which can do this all this sort of stuff related to JavaScript on the server also. And Node.js is that runtime. So now we know how and when actually this full project came into life. So let's start on Node.js now. The next topic which we are going to discuss in this topic is installation, the kickstart, getting your hands dirty with a basic starting Hello World application, and then further we'll drill down and go into the depth of creating a website and all the further details. So chapter 2 will be talking about the installation part and using Express, creating a Hello World application and something like that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.